it's going to be a hell of a reckoning for the Republican Party. I mean, it really will. If they lose this race, again, take the people out and just go with the fundamentals and plug someone else in, particularly someone who is as talented and kind of appealing to people in suburbia as Nikki Haley is, it's a race you very well could have won. And again, Trump could still win it. He's right there. But I just think we are underestimating the immense reckoning that is coming for the Republican Party. And the reason we're underestimating, I think, is because it looked pretty certain he was going to win for a while. Republicans felt like they had it in the bag with Biden, and they probably did. And so I think it's just now dawning on everybody pretty slowly that, oh shit, right? We could lose this thing. And what would that mean for what, the Republican Party has become?
Yeah, I think, again, I'll say that I think Donald Trump was a pretty good president until COVID messed up the whole world. And then January 6th, that's where I'm out on that. But I do think it's important to note, if we're talking about political power and we're talking about elections, if Donald Trump wins this, he changes the entire narrative of everything. I mean, he's the winner, he's the king. But if he doesn't, you will look back and you'll say that from an election standpoint, Donald Trump only helped Republicans one time, and that was
Yep.
8 years ago,
Yep.
2016. It has been a long time. Go to the midterms. So you go to 18, 20, 2022. You go to the special elections in Georgia. You go to all these special elections for abortion in every state. And you can make the argument that the Republicans were stepping on a lot of rakes and a lot of
Yeah.
unforced errors by continuing to go with Trump when he has not really helped them gain power in 8 years.
Right. And that's the argument that is so interesting is it's one thing to look the other way and essentially sell your soul to someone who wins, right? And ushers in massive majorities and you're like, "Well, you know what? I had to compromise my ethics a little bit, but look, we're crushing it. We've got these big majorities in Congress and the presidency. We're getting stuff done that I support. So I'm fine making that compromise." It's another thing to do that for someone who is a consistent loser, who, as you said, gets destroyed in the 2018 midterms, who loses as an incumbent in 2020 with a record economically, as you mentioned, that was pretty damn good for 3 years up until COVID, but still blows that election, blows the special elections in Georgia that flips the Senate, backs candidates who, in many cases, are extreme in 2022 and causes you to underperform dramatically against Biden, who was still an unpopular president at that time, and then comes back again. And as I said, an election where if you nominated somebody like Nikki Haley, you probably win. And if you go on to lose that election and you've essentially changed your party into something that is unrecognizable from what it was, 15, 20 years ago for essentially this man, and he doesn't win. That is a reckoning that will take years for them to recover from if it happens.
That's a lost decade. It's
It is.
almost literally a lost decade.